Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Celebrate TV Live. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Now there's someone here with me today, as always. He's my best bartender. He's also the producer, director, cameraman, editor, head cook and bottle washer. It's my husband, Phil Gordimer.
And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching us from or replay. I see it's a little light in chat, so hopefully after we do our cocktail, we'll see more people in.
Now you're probably wondering, why didn't you shake? You always open shake that cocktail. Well, today I'm making one from scratch for you. Now this cocktail was inspired by our friends over at Pepper Tree Villa. They, in their live stream this past Monday, did a chocolate peanut butter cup cocktail, and it looked delicious. So we put our own little twist on it. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is prepare the glass. Now theirs was on the rocks, but I don't do on the rocks. I do martinis. So I have some martini glasses here. I have some chocolate syrup, and here's the chocolate syrup, and there's a certain type of peanut butter cookie in the shape of a peanut, and all I did was I sandwich cookie. I took the cookies off, scraped off the icky fake peanut butter inside, and then crushed them up. So what we're going to do, put the glass in the chocolate syrup, then in the crumbs, as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. I'll do the other one. There you go. Spread that out.
Somewhere I'm thinking we should have some, slow, sexy piano music going on with this.
All right. There we go. Let's put these aside. Let's get building the cocktail. Oh, I grabbed the wrong shaker.
Yes, Tim, I guess next week we're going to have to make one at camp.
Yes. I'm supposed to use a clear glass. Oh well. You'll have to wait and see what it looks like. We're going to start with peanut butter whiskey. Now, their recipe called for Screwball. There's another brand we like, this one, which is Sheepdog. We had to go to a couple different liquor stores, so... Oh, okay. Thank you, dear. Okay. I've been told. 2 parts peanut butter whiskey, Screwball or Sheepdog, whichever you like. Now I do parts, thinking of ratios. So this is a 2-to-1. And this may be a future episode. So yes, thank you, Pepper Tree Villa. We are totally ripping this off of you.
And the details of this recipe and how to find Doug and Arnie's from Pepper Tree Village Original is in the video description on YouTube.
Yep.
And you can see it up in the left corner
Back
here.
to me. My ice is melting, dear. All right, their recipe called for using Godiva chocolate liqueur. And we had some here and it was really old, so we didn't want to use it. We went out today, we couldn't find it anywhere. We'll start seeing it again as the holidays get a little closer. But we found this, Bailey's chocolate cream liqueur. It's very similar. It's even more chocolatier, if that could be even possible.
And it's a little better for this recipe because the original one had Godiva chocolate and half and half.
Can I please?
Okay.
Again, you're covering my face up when you... I'm going home. I'm going back to camp. So, some of this. And look at this color. It looks chocolatey. Right in here. Now their recipe calls for half and half. We deleted the half and half. We found it was good, but it kind of washed out the other flavors. And we wanted to really taste the peanut butter and chocolate. All right, shaker full of ice. In there. And shaky, shaky. All right, that should do it. Now I'm going to double strain this because I don't want any of those pesky little ice crystals diluting my drink.
Can you pull those glasses towards the
Yes,
center,
dear.
please?
Yes, dear.
There we go.
Yes, dear.
That way they can see them.
Yes, dear.
Okay, I think we can get rid of the recipe.
I've never done this before. Look at that. Looks like chocolate milk. But this is grown-up chocolate milk. Oops. I shorted that one. Oh well. I'll drink that one. All right, dear. Come on.
Hold on. So Sherman says up in North Wisconsin they can't find Godiva chocolate, so this would be an excellent alternative.
Oh, great. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
There.
If you watch our channel, you know we don't do these sweet drinks very often, but sometimes you can have the big one. All right.
This is tough for me because I don't do sweet drinks.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It's a little
Yeah.
hard. They can't see us if I walk away from the control panel and forget to push the right button.
You know, these professionals.
Let's try this again.
Clink.
Little sweet, but really peanut buttery.
Yeah.
And you don't taste a ton of whiskey, but you do
No.
taste the peanut butter.
You know, there is that alcohol flavor, there's a little zing. That lets you know this is for grown-ups only, not for the kiddies. Okay, let's clear this up. So, before we get to our topic of the day, dear, do you have any PSAs, any announcements, any...
Let me think. Most of you who have been watching the streams notice we've been doing them from camp lately. We're back home today. The camp had a major flooding on Friday with the rains in the Northeast, and it's very wet and damp up there. So we said, no, we're not going to go up there. We came home. So it's the first time back in the studio for a couple of weeks now, so I'm still getting my fingers going.
Whereas me, I am so thrilled to be here at home. There's air conditioning, there's heat, there's carpeted floors, there's not cars going by, people walking by going, what are you doing? And yeah, so, back to me.
Back to you.
Back to me. Okay, so it's all about corn today, Corn-ucopia. You know, it's summertime here in Jersey. We're at the height of Jersey corn season, so we had to feature corn somehow. Let's talk about corn. Here's my prop. I have a few ears. Yes, and today's corn is from Stella Farms in Berlin, New Jersey. Why does that say crisp? Because that was my note.
Oh, I just copied it in. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So so Stella Farms in Berlin, New Jersey, and there's their website, www.stellafarms.net. I love supporting all the local farms, and when we were shopping for all the things that we needed today, we went to a local supermarket that we know buys their produce from all the local farms.
And most people, when they say New Jersey, they think of New York. This is called the Garden State for a reason, because Central and South Jersey is all farmland. And in South Jersey, there is a lot of corn and tomatoes and all sorts of things.
Yeah. So you see, I have lots of stuff here. I'm going to make 2, maybe 3 things today while I'm talking and we're doing this. So let's talk about corn. Corn is also known here originally as maize. It's known as corn in the North American English. It is actually a grass. I did not know that. It is a tall, stout grass. And it produces a cereal grain is what it's considered. It was domesticated by indigenous people in southern Mexico first, about 9,000 years ago. So it's old. And what we know as corn is old. It was from a wild plant called teosinte. Native Americans planted it alongside beans and squashes, known as the Three Sisters polyculture, which you see a lot of farmers doing today still. They will plant those 3 things because the 3 plants give each other nutrients. The corn stalks provide places for the beans to grow. The squash spreads out and keeps all the roots moist and everything, so they kind of help each other. So I did not know that corn comes in male and female. I've planted corn my whole life, but who knew? And the stalks that produce the cobs are the females. So, or at least that's kind of what Wikipedia is saying here. But it makes sense. Other plants come that way too. And in modern commercial varieties, they are usually yellow or white, but they can come in all kinds of other colors.
And adding to the facts, the United States is the leading consumer of corn worldwide. In 2023 and 2024, the U.S. consumed 12 billion, with a B, bushels of corn. And the U.S. is the largest producer of the corn in the world. The next closest is China, but we are 3 times that.
Sippy cup. So, of course, here we're talking about Jersey corn. Now, just like Jersey tomatoes, which were bred specifically for that, what we know is Jersey corn is a hybrid. And it's a variety of sweet corn, known for its milky white or soft white kernels. Jersey corn is a favorite of chefs because of its sweetness and creaminess. And we'll talk about that. Jersey corn, Jersey's famous sweet corn, it comes in 3 varieties. Why is Jersey corn so darn good? Okay, that's an easy answer. That's because New Jersey, their soil is very clay, has a lot of clay in it, and a lot of nutrients, a lot of minerals. So it's a soft, moist soil that helps it grow. It gets all the right nutrients. It's very fertile. Jersey corn comes in 3 varieties: yellow, white, or bicolor. And it's usually available from late June, and it can go produce even into October, which is really nice. So let's do some cooking.
While he's doing that,
Well, he's doing that.
yeah,
What do you got?
as people start coming in,
Oh, yeah.
if you get a chance, tell us where you are watching us from. Say hello from whatever city and state you're in, and a little later we'll build a map and we'll see kind of who's here in what parts of the country. So just down in your Facebook or YouTube, we're on both today, just say hello from wherever. We're in Sewell, New Jersey, which is near Philadelphia.
So we bought a bunch of corn this morning. I have some ears here that are still unwrapped, then nice and tight. This is what I like to look for, that they are bright, they're tightly wrapped. You see people in the stores all the time. They shuck them and they take them home. I love Silver Queen. Me too. That's like my favorite of the Jersey corns. And it's a shame because people think, oh, well, I'm paying for the weight of the husk. The problem is once you unwrap it, it starts to dry out. Buying it like this is going to keep it fresher longer and maintain its taste. Now, you know, taking a little peek in to make sure that there's maybe nothing rotten right on the top, that's okay. But, you know, having a little peek like that, that's fine. But when I see people, just I kind of cringe. I'm not going to show you how to peel the corn today. Frankly, I've done enough shucking ears of corn in my lifetime to last me a lifetime, including today. But let's do some cooking. We're going to start.
Yes, Lance, this is Silver Queen corn.
Yes, it is. Yes. This is early Silver Queen. A little later as it comes in, the kernels will be even smaller than this, but this is nice white. It's super, super sweet and tender.
So here's some more trivia for you.
Okay.
The average kernel of corn has 800 kernels in it.
Oh,
The average ear of corn, sorry, has 800 kernels.
interesting. See, this is why this silk, yeah. And Karen, if you're watching, I'm making a big mess, so I really am going to need you on Tuesday. Anyway, we're going to start by making our famous or infamous summer corn salad. Now, this is a great episode we did a few years ago. I've demonstrated it on live streams before, but it's appropriate. It's that time of year. We need to take the kernels off the cob. Now, there are all kinds of tricks out there. Put it in a bowl, put it in a bundt pan. And I used to do that with the bundt pan. You put it point down and the center would hold it, and then you just go down like this. The problem was, I found, that the corn would go everywhere because, you know, the bundt pan is like this high, you're starting up here, you're cutting down, and it's just everywhere. What I found is this: flat on a surface, claw hand, not this, claw hand. Back here, hold it. Start here and let your knife do the work. A sharp knife really helps. You can feel where that cob is. And you're just going to go down, and there are the kernels. Now you flip it. I've got a flat surface, and you do it again. And if you start going to the cob, you just adjust the knife as if you were boning a chicken or a turkey. You know, you feel the bone there, and you just wiggle a little bit, and you remove it. So we'll do that. Don't force it, just let the knife do the work. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. So here we go. All that. Now, there's stuff left on there. Now you can go back and carefully, again, but let your knife do the work. Get anything that you missed. Like that. Now this didn't really make a big mess. I lost a few kernels, but that's okay. Where's my little bench scraper? Now my original recipe for this calls for blanching the corn. I'm not doing that today because this corn is so fresh and tender and sweet. It's not needed to be blanched. Blanching it will, if it's a little older, it'll tenderize it a little bit. Jersey Silver Queen is my favorite, but if I can't get it, I'm usually happy with the other varieties. Oh yeah, me too, because it's local. All Jersey corn is sweet, but yeah, the Silver Queen is my favorite too. So I have here, in my big bowl, 4 or 5 ears of corn that I have taken off the cob. Let's get that out of there. Silk and everything. It's all good. We're going to add some stuff to it. I want some color and more crunch. How about some red pepper? This is, I don't know, 2, 3 red peppers, finely diced.
Can you push that bowl up just a... There we go.
Really?
Thank you.
It wasn't good here, but okay. Really?
Not here, here.
Yeah, here. I want a little zing to it. Today I'm using scallion tops. Let's put this much in. And the recipe has, you know, the amounts. But look at how pretty that is already. Green, red, yellow, vibrant. I want more crunch because it's a summer salad. I have an English cucumber here. The English cucumbers, or the hothouse cucumbers are called, they are the long ones that are really long and wrapped in plastic. Actually, hold that thought. I'll show you what they look like. Hold on.
And while he does that...
I'm right here, dear.
Okay.
Like 2 seconds. Calm
All
down.
right.
I know you want to be the star. I know.
What? Just because I can push the buttons?
I don't care. Yeah. We. Remember who cooks your food. This is an English cucumber, and this is what they look like. Sometimes they are longer, fatter, but they come wrapped in plastic. They have a very tender skin. They have seeds. Sometimes they're called seedless, but they have seeds, but they're very tiny, so they're very easy to digest. And this is just one. I'm going to put most of that in. And of course, some tomatoes. I have a bunch of cherry tomatoes of various colors. I just split them in half. Add some moisture and more sweetness. And some fresh parsley for freshness. Not that it isn't fresh enough, but this is just going to add another layer of freshness. All right, we're going to mix this up. Okay. There we go. That'll work.
Antonia says, I've always heard you can't eat raw corn.
Oh, that's not true. When I was a kid, I always heard that too. You'll get worms, you'll get this. No, that's silliness. If you eat too much of it, you may have other digestive issues, which you could get from eating too much of any raw vegetable. But fresh, raw corn, Jersey corn especially, it's crunchy, it's sweet. You really get that corn flavor.
I actually prefer corn raw. I will just eat it. Yeah, I lived in northwest New Jersey, Sussex County, which is near New York border, and we could literally go out our backyard and just pull a couple of stalks off and eat.
Yeah. I grew up on a little micro farm. We had a huge victory garden and it was shared with our neighbor, and yeah, there's nothing better. That's why I like vegetables as a grown-up, because as a kid I helped plant them all, and You got to watch them grow.
We got Hank's weather report. It's only 97 in Phoenix today. You're under 100. Yay.
You're going to need a sweater. So I'm just going to dress this with one of my favorite vinaigrettes. You could use whatever kind you like, even if it's from a bottle or a packet. I won't tell. That smells really good. Look how beautiful this is. Actually, our friend Rich, RCB, hopefully you're watching, he was never much of a cook until this episode came out. And I had made it for him one time, and he just got hooked on it. So every summer he makes this, and every couple weeks, I made your salad. I made your salad. Would you like to try some of this?
You can bring me a plate.
I can bring you a plate.
We're coming up to, let's remind everybody again in chat, tell us where you're watching us from. Just say hello from your city and your state, and we'll build a map later on of all the people that are here.
You probably want a fork and a napkin, don't you?
That would be nice.
You just want everything. Excuse me. Here we go, dear.
All right. Are we doing dual tasting here? Or just me?
Just you. You can taste. I'll taste I'll taste what I'm cooking next. You'll see. So some people, when they peel corn, they get very upset. They open it up. Some on top is rotten. Yes, I did make the dressing myself. Just one of my own vinaigrettes. But, you know, use a packet, use it from the bottle.
I prefer the corn this way, not blanched. I like the crisper better.
Okay. That was the original recipe. I don't know why we did that at the time. Other than maybe the corn we were getting when we did it was old. I don't know. Anyway, sometimes, and people get upset, they open an ear of corn and it's not perfect. You might see some little brown spots. You might get something like this where it's bruised. It's still edible. It's still perfectly good. You may even open an ear of corn and there's a corn worm inside, and that means it's really good corn. So guess what? What do? You just cut it off and you eat the rest of it. It's really, this is just bruising from being manhandled in the store. Now granted, if you saw all this mold and stuff, then yeah, don't eat it. But don't get upset if you see a little bruise or a little worm. My mom always puts sugar in the water when she boils corn to make it sweet. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. I never have. My mother never did because we live in New Jersey and our corn is certainly sweet enough it doesn't need sugar, to be honest. But yeah, there's always someone's.
Here's Ben.
Hi guys, I'm watching the backseat of Sherry's car. We're heading to Costco. Okay.
So we did our best to tip the hat to you guys' recipe on Monday.
Yeah. Yep. And very good it is too. Little sweet for my palate. I will drink it. I know. So our daughter-in-law will like this, and Peggy Brennan will like it.
Oh, Suzanne's got a good question.
Okay. Do you have a corn pudding recipe? As a matter of fact, I do. And I am still working on it. I made it for Thanksgiving or Christmas last year, and it was good. It needs a little more.
Yeah, we've only done a few corn recipes. We did a
corn chowder.
We did a corn chowder.
Right. But yeah, I do have a corn pudding recipe because I love it. I like it to be firm but custardy. I like it with spicy sausage in it, so you get more than just corn
All right,
mush.
so before you start,
Okay.
it's sort of my turn.
Uh-huh.
So give me 2 minutes,
Okay.
and then it's me. So
What do you want me to do? Oh, I can just keep talking while you set up? Oh, okay.
Correct.
Right, that's fine. That's fine. So, let me have a sip of drink. We're going to do some more cooking when we get back from him. What was that? Was that your phone?
Nope.
Oh.
Must be your phone.
It was, huh? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, back to my notes. Let's see. Oh, I actually went through all of my corn facts because all the rest you were doing them in between. But we are going to make on the fly another dish using most of these same ingredients. I just need to take some more corn off the cob.
Okay, I'm done. I'm
There you
ready.
go. Then go for it, and I'll start
Okay.
taking this off the cob.
And as most of you know, we are big fans of helping other small channels and getting them out there. So I want you to introduce you today to Coop de Grill. This is Sherman and his wife, and they have a great little channel. Now this is a departure from us because we tend not to look at a lot of grilling channels, but I really like what these guys are doing. They've got 493 subscribers and 105 videos. Let's see if we can help them out. They're really, really good stuff. And as everyone knows, it's real important for me. Come on, skip the ad here, please. It's really important for me to see a face. A lot of people, a lot of videos just do top down. And it's important. Now we get to see a face. I also like this, and Peter likes this, because we're big cast iron people.
Yeah.
And everything on cast iron is worth it. They've got a lot of stuff going on their channel. And they've been at it for a little while. So they're doing smoking and grilling and all sorts of things. And actually, hold on, let me switch back to me for a second, come off of them. And let me tell you a little bit about them from their notes. And Sherman says his wife and I are a cooking team from northern Wisconsin, New Superior. They love cooking, they're trying new recipes and spending time with their dogs and cats. And you can usually find us hanging out with their neighbors in Cloveland. Life is funny, we grew up in Wisconsin and actually met in 7th grade. It took us 20 years to date each other. We enjoy being together and so much we ran off and got married, and that's what it's at. Now, we love relaxing and cooking. So, yay. Great job. It's important. It's great to see that. And, oops, let me get rid of that screen here. We can't see that. They're doing about a video a week. It's really good stuff. And more importantly, things you would not think of. I love this particular one because he's doing French fries on, here we go, French fries.
On a Blackstone.
On a Blackstone. So, honey, I'd like you to try French fries in our big cast iron.
I used to do fries like that when I worked in the deli 100 years ago.
Yep. And, let's see here. Let's get the right screen here, Phil. Laptop Phil. There we go. Let's do a super source. There we go. And watch their videos. Go hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, but more importantly, leave them a comment. The best thing you can do to help a small channel is leave them a comment. And remember, small channels have one big advantage that big ones don't, and that is they can answer every single question. So you can throw those questions out there, what if, and they'll be glad to follow up.
Yep.
Also, if you know another small channel that you think we should look at, let us know. Send us an email to info@letscelebrate.tv, and we'll take a look at them. Our basic criteria is they have to be less than 2,000 subscribers, because that means they're monetized and they're really on the way. They produce at least a video a week. Their primary part of their channel is either cooking or entertaining. And more importantly, there's a face. We kind of steer away from channels that have the camera top down and you never see anybody, you only hear them. We don't mind it occasionally, but if the entire channel is there, it might as well be created by an AI bot. A personality is really important. So we want to spread the word of other small channels. Go visit Sherman, go take a look, let us know.
And Kevin, if you're watching, you would like this channel because you're our grill master, and I know you like to smoke things too. So yeah, you should check them out.
And I will stick their link in chat for everyone, though it's already in our show notes. All right, let's close this.
Yeah, I'll put it in chat too.
Yeah, we'll do that too.
I
Let's
pressed it.
see here. Control V. Okay, it's in everyone's. And here we go.
There we go.
All right, now it's back to you officially.
Yay! So we were in the supermarket today picking up last minute stuff, and I wandered down an aisle, and it was the canned vegetable aisle. And we love seeing other people create delicious, so please share a comment for us. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. I don't do as much grilling as I should, so I may have to get inspired by your channel. Anyway, I saw something I haven't seen since I was a kid, because I don't eat canned vegetables very often. Do you remember Del Monte did Mexicorn? And it's just corn and peppers. But I thought, oh, I could do that. I've got fresh corn. I have fresh peppers. Now, I did forget the jalapeno. It's still in the fridge.
Look who's here.
Hi, Elaine. Yay, that's okay. Better late than never. Good to see you.
Actually, while you're doing that, let me run down. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just going to throw up who's here
Okay.
while you're talking.
All right. So anyway, we're going to do a quick saute of some corn and other vegetables. Suzanne from Florida Space Coast. Hello. Grill.
And we've got Helen from Iowa.
Ah, nice to see another Wisconsinite.
John says his girlfriends are going to love that drink.
Yeah. Peggy Brennan, if you're watching, you'll love it too.
Yes, Joe and Peggy are in.
Oh, good.
I just saw them.
Very good.
And Melissa is here. And Lance.
Oh, I wish I had some butter for this. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Live TV, you know.
And we got Ben watching.
Yep. And
So
Ben.
I guess they're going to Costco to buy something for Costco for their Monday night live streams.
Awesome.
Who else we got here? Let me see. We got Elaine. And we got Joe and Peggy. And we have from Delaware, Naked Under My Clothes.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Marie.
It's back to you.
Okay, yay, back to me. So I have some garlic that I just chopped up, roughly. I have half an onion. I might do the other half. Again, medium dice. Now you probably have noticed I have not been throwing stuff out today, like the corn cobs I threw behind me, pieces of onion, they're going back here. Why am I doing that? Because soup season is coming, and I need to start freezing all this stuff because it's great when you build stocks and things. But yeah, Karen, if you're watching, I'm sorry, because you're going to earn your check this week with this mess we have here.
All right.
I've got corn everywhere.
Can I give them a little bit more fun facts?
Sure, absolutely.
All right. So, in the United States, less than 2% of corn grown is used for direct human consumption. The majority of corn is for other purposes. About 35% of corn is used for animal feed, including cattle, pigs, and chickens. 31% of corn is used for biofuel, such as ethanol. 15% of corn is exported, primarily to other countries to be used as animal feed. 1% is used for products like corn oil, corn flour, and high fructose corn syrup. And corn is also used in a variety of non-food products, including vehicle tires, cat litter, and cutlery. Don't ask me where cutlery came from, but
Who knows? All right, I've got some onions going. We're going to hit them with a little bit of salt. It's just some olive oil that I heated up. I'm using white pepper today, just because it'll blend in better. A bit more salt in there. Here's my little. Oh, that's right, I put that upstairs.
First world problems. You forget which kitchen
Yeah, I know.
you have stuff in.
It is. It's a problem. The problem is I have one certain favorite wooden spoon, and I just need to have it in whatever kitchen I'm in. You know, you'll have that one thing that's like an extension of your hand. Maybe it's a pair of tongs, maybe it's a knife, or it's a certain spoon, and I have that. Oh, already smells good. Just gonna let them soften for a few moments. And I'm gonna get this garlic in to get it softening. I don't need to brown it. Just get fragrant. And this is something I'm kind of making up on the fly right now, guys. So, live cooking. Give that a stir.
We'll wait about 5 more minutes and then we'll build the map to see who's here. Again, if you've not, let us know where you're from and we'll kind of show everybody off. Looks like we've got about 27 people watching.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Between YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube is always winning, but
That's
Facebook's getting more popular.
Yeah. I really love this, but I'm struggling to finish it because
It's still a little sweet for me.
it is a little sweet. I think if it were like Christmas Eve or something, I would really like it.
I think this is a Peggy drink, Joe.
And an Elaine drink, not Elaine, Emily drink.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah, our kids are in Cape May today.
Oh.
Which is why we don't have a segment on grilling, because Kevin, our grill master, our son, is not around. So the grill cam isn't available today.
Oh, well, maybe in 2 weeks. We'll get to that. We've
Oh,
got
look at what
the show
Andrea's in today.
planned. Oh, hi, Andrea. Good to see you. You and Wayne, good to see you. All right, so these are starting to soften. Could you camera? Yeah, there we go. You see they're starting to turn a little translucent, so it seems like you can almost see through them. They're very fragrant. They even feel kind of soft with my spoon. I'm going to add in some red bell pepper. I have some. Yeah, I'll go about that much. I wish I had remembered the jalapeno that is safely sitting in the fridge, but that's okay. Kathy says there's nothing better than freshly cooked corn on the cob, slathered with butter. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, especially this time of year. You know, you get this fresh produce that is right off the vine, and if you can grow it yourself, you're even better.
Okay, here's a really good question.
Okay.
This one came in via email, but it's still a great question.
Okay. How can you tell if corn is fresh? Ooh, that is a good question. And as I understand it, when you peel an ear of corn, and like Lance, you were asking, this is really silver green. One has much smaller kernels. But a way you could tell is to squeeze a kernel, and you get kind of the juice is white and milky. Shut up, Kenneth. And that means it's really sweet. It's really fresh. If you can kind of do that, and it squirts liquid, and yeah. Because you're the one, Philip, who told me that little factoid.
Yep.
All right, my peppers are softening. Now for the corn. Right in.
This next one, Joe Brennan, will probably be the answer to this one, but I
Hold
know
on.
it.
I want to give it a little more salt. Corn likes a lot of salt, and you want to season your layers. I always tell you that. Season your layers. Right, Hank? For any of our other cooks out there, you all know, season your layers. Let's get this to stir. We're just going to let this go
Wrong screen.
until it gets warm through and a little softer.
There we go. That's
What you
the right
could
screen.
do, and what I had intended on doing, was having a diced jalapeno to put in here to make it a little spicy. But even like this, it will be delicious.
Is that got to saute for a bit?
Yeah, for a few minutes.
All right,
Yeah.
let's build our map.
Go ahead.
Let's come back to me first here for a second. Where am I? Here I am on this button. So let's kind of see where everyone came from. All right, so let's step through it. We got Suzanne from the Florida Space Coast and Helen from Iowa. We got Lance from Farmingdale. We got Tim from Philadelphia.
Yay.
Oh, we're a screen going too fast. Here we go. We got Melissa from
Oh, Melissa,
Michigan.
hi. I didn't
Melissa,
know you were in.
we missed you on our Wednesday YouTube.
Good to see you.
Zoom. We got Lance from Farmingdale, New York. We have Sherman and his wife from Cloverland, Wisconsin. We got Hank from Phoenix, Arizona. Finally got him on the map there. We've got SDVG from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin.
Wauwatosa, Wisconsin.
Right, we got Joe and Peggy from Ephrata, Pennsylvania.
Yay.
Naked Under My Clothes from Delaware.
That's Anne-Marie. You know who Anne-Marie is.
Okay.
They used to work with.
All right, and then we have Andrea and Wayne from Reno, Nevada.
Yay.
So that's a good mix.
Yeah,
We don't-
Iowa, that's
We don't have any
great.
of our UK folk or our Canadian folk in this week, but they typically don't come in the summer. We see them in the winter.
And right now, and I know we have a big Indian audience too, and people sometimes comment, some of my colleagues, especially from across the pond in India, and there's a lot of holidays right now. All right, this is looking lovery.
Hey, Hank's agreeing with you. Season as you go.
Yep, it just exactly. So many people don't do that. They don't taste. You have to taste as you're. What I'm going to do right now. Practice what I.
Or
preach.
worse, they only put salt on the end,
See,
and then
and,
all
you
you
know,
taste is salt.
We have we've had over the years. We have one guest, one friend of ours, and every time he would come to dinner, do you have salt and pepper? No, I do not put salt and pepper out on my dinner table because I have seasoned my food appropriately while I'm cooking. You don't need extra salt. And I cringe. It hurts my soul when I see people, especially if it's something I cooked, salt. Before you even taste it, salt, 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 salt. Like, come on. So let's taste this. Okay. It's good. Seasoning is good. Needs more zing. Let's throw some scallions in.
How about some crystal?
He means Crystal Hot Sauce, which is upstairs. And if you're going to get anything, I'd rather you get me the jalapeno. And I think it's in that fridge back there. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, keep talking.
In the drawer. We'll add some scallions in. This is beautiful, but it's a little sweet. Sweet corn, sweet peppers. The onion, even though it's a generic yellow onion, it's still none in any of the drawers. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Oh well. Probably upstairs. That's okay. I don't need you to walk up. Oh, okay, there you go. Bye. Thank you. See, that's why I keep him on the payroll. All right, now there's just us. His birthday is Tuesday. He'll be 65. So, wish him a happy birthday. All right. So my whole point of this was you can just throw stuff together. You can cook corn. You got fresh corn, saute it up with some butter and oil, add some peppers, add some flavors. Corn, although it's sweet and wonderful, it takes on a lot of flavors. Did you find it?
Were you telling stories
Thank
while
you.
I was gone?
I was.
Oh, okay.
I was. There was once upon a time, there was a little bear.
All right, let me do this one because I think
do
Joe. Oh, here we go.
People pre-salt before tasting food. Yes, thank you. Yeah. My oldest brother is guilty of that.
So
He would
this is a
just-
fun
ugh.
one.
Someone please explain cooler corn. What is cooler corn? I have no idea what that is.
All right.
Is that one of those hacks?
No, and so Joe, Brendan will appreciate this. Cooler corn is usually done if you have a large group, you're
Okay.
doing it outside, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You take a cooler, you clean the corn well, you put it in. Now you don't want a giant cooler because you don't need a ton of water, but enough water to cover it. You take boiling water, you cover the corn, close the lid. 30 minutes later, you drain all the water out.
Is the corn peeled or is it still in its husk?
It's already peeled, ready to go. It'd be like you're boiling it, except in this case,
All right, well, then
the hot water is doing it.
that
and
is
then,
a hack.
Correct. And then when you drain the water out, as long as you keep the lid closed, the corn will stay hot for at least 2 hours.
So I guess as long as your water isn't so boiling hot it melts the inside of the cooler, which could happen.
As long as you're not using a styrofoam cooler, it's generally considered safe.
Or even some of the cheaper ones. You know, like our friend who borrowed our steam cleaner, which required you to put hot water in it, and he put boiling water in it, and then had to buy us a new steam cleaner because it melted all the tubes. So I just deseeded this and took the ribs out, most of them, chopped it up right in.
Oh, so you told them I had a birthday.
No, I didn't. I think. When is your birthday?
Yes, I'm that old. You know you're old when you get your Medicare card in the mail.
Hey, there are people on this chat who already have theirs who are older than you, so shush.
Suzanne says the only things we need that need more salt are French fries.
Right?
As long as the French fries haven't got cold yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's let this finish up. I don't want this to brown too much, but it's smelling pretty good. Can you smell this over there, dear?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you just put jalapeno in there?
Yes.
Now I can smell
Can
it.
you smell it? Let me. We grow our corn in our backyard every year. What we did not cook fresh was then frozen or canned. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My mom didn't can. She canned a couple of times, but freezing, she would do that. Yep. My sister hated peas and still does, to my knowledge. And one year, we had a bumper crop of peas, and my mother was freezing them as fast as she could, and my sister just didn't like it. And so there was a sheet pan. My mother had taken them all out of the pods and filled this like cookie sheet pan, put it in the freezer to kind of help them freeze faster. And my sister, oh, gee, I went to get some ice cubes for a drink, and it just fell out and went all over the floor. And sure, Jan. My mom didn't buy it.
Now, it's a shame Kevin's not here because he'd want to answer this question.
Whenever I grill corn in the husk, it dries out and burns. What am I doing wrong? Aha! Okay, I can answer this one. And I'm glad Kevin's not here because he's silly.
He'll steal your thunder.
He would steal my thunder. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm right there, Mary. When I was growing up, we would go to barbecues and someone would grill the corn and then it would be burnt tasting and hard and flavorless. And so the trick is you unpeel it but don't rip the husks off, right? Meaning, you're going to do this. You're going to pull this all down.
Oops.
And
okay, you're up there.
Yeah, now keep it up here. You're going to keep it all attached as much as you can to the cob. Peel it all. Get rid of all the silk. Then you season the cob. You can do butter, you can do salt, whatever. Wrap it all back up, but you want to soak it. And actually, I would probably soak it before I butter it. I would take it all away, rip out the silk, put it in cold water, 30 minutes maybe, because you want this outer husk to soak up that water. It's very thirsty corn. Then you season your cob, you put it on the grill, and what is that going to do? It's going to help it steam. It's going to keep it from burning, and that's going to cook the corn in the husk. But you need that extra moisture. Otherwise, this is all just going to burn up, and the corn is not going to cook. It's going to like roast and be icky and horrible.
And what you don't want to do is wrap it in foil.
Right. Yeah. Because
Don't do that.
That will just steam it, and you won't get any flavor. And it'll overcook it really.
So yeah, the husks will be dark brown.
Right, and they may char a little bit, and that's okay, but they'll have that extra moisture, which will help it stay moist and tender and flavorful, and not all burnt and icky tasting. Lance says all you need is bacon, chicken stock, and heavy cream, and you'll have corn chowder. Not quite, but yeah, that's a good start. And I did a corn chowder recipe. And a couple years ago, and we're
Sherman says they have a video on the cooler corn.
That's awesome.
Hey, Sherman, if you can find it, a link, put it up in the chat.
Yeah. But yeah, Lance, yeah, that's true. My wife used our leftover barbecue corn for salad last week, and she said it was amazing. Sure, you can also grill it, take it out of the husk, oil it up, put it right on the grill, right? And then you get the individual kernels that are a little charred. You get those little grill marks on there. If you do it, lower the heat, cover it. My grandma used to do corn fritters in the summertime. Yeah, sure. I like corn fritters. That's a great way if you have a bumper crop, especially. All right, let's taste some of this. I'll taste this one. Since it has jalapenos on a stick.
All right, so yes, you're a little late, but if you go ahead and look in the video description, since you're on YouTube, it's in the video description of the martini that we just made.
AMA, it'll be Emery. It'll be an episode coming up. It's a chocolate peanut butter cup martini. Emery was like it.
It looks something like that.
All right. Here we go. Hot as hell. But delicious. Let this rest and cool down. All those flavors come together. Just be, oh wow.
So how does that compare? Because that is now seasoned and softened and heated up together compared to the raw.
Right, that's a good question. You still get, because they didn't overcook it, the corn itself still has a bite to it, still has a little crunch. Yeah, Elaine, absolutely. It could be a great afternoon drink. So you still get the corn flavor. It still has that freshness about it, like you would get from the raw corn. And it still has a bite to it. It's like kind of al dente. And all the other vegetables, they're soft, but they're not mushy. They still have that little bit of bite to it, which is nice. Oh, how am I making Mexican street corn? Yeah, Phil has asked me to do that. I've never made it, but I find recipes for it all the time, and that'd be a great experiment. You know, Mexican street corn is, I think, where they grill it, and then they put toppings, cheeses, and things, and spices, and it's wonderful. I didn't want to do it here, because in the studio, sometimes with ventilation, it can be tricky. And grilling, using my grill pan down here, we're always afraid that we're going to set off the fire alarms, the smoke alarms, which we've done when we've been filming regular episodes. I don't want to do it during a live stream. And yeah. How else can you cook fresh corn other than boiling or grilling? Okay, so there's lots of things. You could steam it. You can saute it, as I just did. You could roast it in the oven. You could soak it in the husk, right? Like you would if you were to grill it in the husk. You could roast it in the oven that way. You could roast the regular cobs in the oven and just intensify their sweetness. You can add it to all kinds of, if you were to grill it, then you can add it to all kinds of salsas and I have a recipe that I'm going to be doing soon, a hot corn dip that uses grilled corn. So there's tons of ways that you can cook corn and use it.
Okay, I got one that just came in from a DM, but I don't have time to type it in, so I'm just going to read it to you. It just says, I don't make corn often because boiling an entire pot of water for 2 corns is crazy.
Yeah. So here's what you do. Use a skillet like this. It has high sides. You don't need as much water. And you can see, right, it fits right in. You could do 2 or 3 or 4. You don't have to have your big stock pot full of boiling water heating up your kitchen. You use that. You put a cover on it, and it's the exact same thing. You'll use about half as much water. It'll cook beautifully. And a lot faster. I do it that way quite often when it's just the 2 of us.
Actually, you do it in a wok a lot of times.
I do, sometimes in my wok, because my wok has a cover. Mexican street corn, so great, so delicious. The corn dip sounds great. Yeah, I just discovered that recipe, Andrea, yesterday. I was doing some more research. And so it's one of those things where I'm going to have to make it per the recipe that I found in one of my books, and then I'm going to have to put my spin on it, because that's what I do.
Part of the interesting fun is when we pick the topic for a live stream and we do that research, the stuff that nobody knows, it's good for us because that's how we create some of the recipes that become future video episodes.
Right. Or when I need something to make, we're also microwaved it in the husk and they come out tender and delicious if we only want a couple of ears of corn. Sure, I've heard of that. I don't use the microwave as a rule, occasionally to melt butter, but even that. But yeah, I bet that would work.
He calls it a microwave.
Well,
that's only good for popcorn and butter.
And not even popcorn. We have a better popcorn maker over there. But if saying microwave is good enough for Nigella Lawson, it's good enough for me. And what's going to happen, though, we're ripping our microwave out and having it replaced with a proper hood because we don't use it.
All right.
Anyways, that's time.
Yeah, let's talk about what we got coming up and what our next live stream is. I can't believe how
fast this hour has gone today. I thought it was going to drag on.
Ooh, this is a great idea.
Oh, the cojita. Yeah. That's like correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's like the Mexican version of feta, right? It's maybe a little creamier. Yeah, that's what they use. What's coming up on Let's Celebrate TV? So our next live stream in 2 weeks, we'll be here again because we're not going to camp that weekend. Yay! We have another event Saturday, so we thought we're going to have all this extra time here. So it's going to be all about making an appetizer buffet. You know, the holidays are coming. Back to school is coming, so it's time for all the parents and teachers to celebrate, or at least the parents. Sorry, Elaine. So yeah, we are going to actually turn this table into a buffet. And I'm going to be cooking and assembling, and it's going to be a great time. What we need is people who are local to come here and be part of the party and eat all this food that I'm going to make. We're going to be using a lot of recipes that we've already done, that are my own, maybe some new surprises, but there's a science to setting up something like that, so I'm going to walk you all through that. Some other recipes. So we have this hot corn dip coming up. I found a hot clam stuffed mushroom recipe. It's blowing my mind, and I can't wait to try it. But there's this stuffed clam recipe coming up that I'm really excited to do. We have our chocolate peanut butter cup martini. I think we're going to do it. It's good the way we tweaked it today.
I think that's tomorrow night.
That could be filming tomorrow night. So thank you, Pepper Tree Villa, and we'll give you a full credit again. But yeah, this is our take on it. I'm still working on Cherry's Jubilee, but I promise you'll be getting that before the holidays come.
And it's still got wine to pick up.
Yeah, Peggy. Because if you can come in 2 weeks, then we still have 2 bottles of wine for you from Long Island. So yes, Peggy, please do come, because I think Robin will be here too. And we're gonna be doing Coop to Grill. Yum, that sounds great. I know. I wish you did too. It's gonna be fun.
Road trip. So yeah, we're about 15 minutes away from Philadelphia in South Jersey.
Anyway, moving on. We're also gonna be winter's coming, like it or not. Oh, great. Yeah. I'm going to be doing some more fried foods. I know. Everyone's like, oh, fried food's cholesterol and fattening. It's bad for you. Yeah, but when things are fried properly, they're actually kind of healthy for you. So I have several things lined up. We're going to be adding some fried stuff in. And we don't eat fried foods very often, but it's time.
Wait, let's be honest now. We do have one little downfall. When things are gone wrong and we need comfort food, it's deep fried pork chops.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Yeah, deep fried pork chops, period.
Yeah.
We'll take a giant loin and cut them up.
Or
so we have some beautiful...
I prefer them, I'll get a big packet on the bone, center cut on the bone, because why not?
It's a guilty pleasure.
It is. But we don't do that maybe twice a year, if that, and that's only
twice a year?
It's not like we do it every week.
You had a better year than I did.
Okay. How many times have we done it?
Huh? A lot.
No. See, he's 65. Fresh cornbread. Yeah. You can put corn in cornbread. You can make it custardy and make it into you can do it in a souffle. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. I do sometimes put fresh corn in my cornbread. Which is another recipe I should share with you all, because it's dead simple, and actually, as long as you don't overcook it, you will never buy.
Okay, this one concerns me just a hair.
Someone told me that deep fried steak is really good, but I've never tried it. Well, dear, we did chicken fried steak at your request. Now,
yeah, that was more a southern thing, but...
And that was a different cut of steak.
I can't imagine taking a beautiful ribeye or a beautiful piece of pearl and then putting it in oil.
Or even a New York strip, no. Okay, guys, I don't know.
They specifically said ribeye.
Oh, ribeye.
Ribeye is such a tender and soft meat.
That kind of hurts me, to think deep fry. I'm going to have to look into that. I could see maybe a quick flash fry.
There's honesty.
So I've never done either. But are they talking like breading it and then frying it, or is it like a quick flash? Because if you do it, think about it, if you do it in a cast iron skillet and then you slather it with butter, what are you doing? You're essentially frying it in butter, right? You sear it and then the butter soaks in and you're essentially frying it. But deep fried, unless it's like a quick, like zoom 2 minutes. Of course, not that I have a deep fryer because Santa never brings me one. Just
Ugh. It said no breading, just deep fried.
Just deep fried.
No,
Okay.
no, I'll take a pass on that one.
I can kind of see the logic behind it. But it's a flash, like, boom, done. But I'm a little scared.
So butter makes everything better, but I don't think we need to fry.
Okay, so all right. So deep fried in butter. Okay. Do you mean like where you sear it and then you put in like a stick of butter and just baste it with herbs and stuff? Or are they like, here's 5 pounds of butter heated, and we're gonna deep fry it in a basket? And so, guys, we need to look into that.
Actually, hold on. Since we have the big computer resources out here, this sounds like good excuse for a dual live stream.
There you go.
They cook it on their side, we'll cook it on our side, and see what happens.
Did they do live streams yet?
What's that?
Does Coop to Grill?
They did one.
Okay.
On their channel that I could see.
Okay.
But wouldn't it be kind of fun to invite them? We'll do it together.
Yeah. Let's both deep fry a steak.
All right.
Yeah.
Andrea's got the answer.
You put it in flour, then you put it in about 2 ounces of oil and fry it. Okay. That's kind of like doing a chicken fried steak. Oh, I don't know.
Chicken fried steak's sort of different because you're pounding it out
it's
flat.
It's a different cut.
It's a different
It's not like
cut.
you're taking a ribeye or a
Right.
strip steak or a T-bone or something.
Right.
Okay, Andrea, well,
All right.
I'm intrigued.
So we are well past our hour
Yes, we
here.
are. We don't like to go over too much, but thank you all for
You
joining
guys have
us.
lives. So hold on. Let's run our credits here for everybody.
Yes, and special thank you to our sponsor, B&H, because we are a sponsored channel
And
now.
Brad and Brian, Carol and Joe and Peggy, Robin, Hank, Megan, Rode Microphones, and a shout out to
B&H
B&H.
Photo and Video.